Alright. Hello, everybody, and welcome to another first-person view cast. This one is going to be HeRoMarine's point of view from his stream up against none other than the master of Terran versus Zerg, the best TvT player in the world, Clem. So up here in the top right, we have HeRoMarinE. Clem is in the shadows in the bottom left. Now, we're going to be watching from HeRoMarine's stream. He's going to be talking a bit. So we're going to have him just kind of softly in the background. Hopefully,
Clem when he's like
you know, you guys aren't too sad about the fact you're not going to be able to hear too much of what he says. HeRoMarine's going to be talking the entire time. So I figure rather than constantly trying to funnel it, you know, turn it down, turn it off, turn it on, turn it off, and all that sort of stuff, it's just going to be too much of a pain to catch everything HeRoMarine says. If you guys want to watch it, check out the full link over on HeRoMarine's stream VODs, link down below, and I'll get that link in chat for you guys as well if you're watching live in a little bit. But yeah, for now, it's going to be what appears to be a barracks gas opening. Now, are we going to see that second gas in a moment? Yes, we are. So just straight up double gas opening on one base so far. What I find so amazing is HeRoMarine, you can see him turn his head. That's him. He's reading chat when he does that. And he's so good. He plays so much. He's such a mechanical beast. I love it when he gets really elitist. I skimmed through and actually watched him play a game versus TLO in his VODs as well. And the whole time he was like, well, this is just a trash attack. Oh, this is so trash. Oh my God, this is so stupid. Oh, everything he's doing is so bad. What I find so impressive is the fact that HeRoMarine can maintain such a high level of play. You'd think that attitude would really, like, be hurtful to you while you're competing, and yet he's so damn good. I'm like, wouldn't you like tilt really hard and get distracted like way more if like your whole internal monologue is this guy's bad, this guy's so bad, he's so effing bad? Like, for me, if I act like that, I feel like it would be dangerous, and I do talk like that sometimes. You guys hear it, but you always see those are the days where I get tilted, things start going bad. Like if my opponent starts beating me and all I've been thinking about is how bad they are, you know, it's inevitable that I have to face the fact that I'm an idiot who is not a perfect StarCraft player. And that's not something I want to think about too much. And then I'm like, nah, man, I'm losing the game. HeRoMarine, though, he's just like scathing all game long. He'd be playing a 7K player and he's like, oh, this guy's such a stupid baboon. So dumb. So bad. You know, it's like, it's incredible, and he does it while playing almost flawless StarCraft. It's kind of crazy. I kind of love it. I actually love it. He's actually so good as well that he can kind of back it up. I would say there is still that little bit of something with HeRoMarine being able to take on the best players in the world, where to me it feels like put him up against Raynor or Clem and he can take him out head to head. Maybe even Serral, since Serral hasn't been nearly as untouchable lately. Previously, Serral was always just an unstoppable style for him to go up against. But I feel like you put him against Trap, Zest, you know, Maru, these guys, and it feels like he can't really punch up against them the way MaxPax can, the way Clem could when he was coming up and is getting better and better at dealing with, the way Raynor absolutely was able to from when he was like 16 years old and first allowed to compete. You saw Raynor almost take down Maru in GSL, right? HeRoMarine doesn't have that same ability to punch up. Is that tied to that attitude? I have no idea. I'm just backseat psychoanalyzing a guy who's insanely good at the game. And I think I want to put this all in the context of something else, is all these other guys are actually more focused on competing than HeRoMarine. HeRoMarine is actually a player, and he's doing double cycling, which is super funky opening with a medevac as well. This is a really cool opening. He hasn't directly scouted, he's just playing safe. But HeRoMarine is a player who literally said, 3 years ago maybe now? 2 years ago, oh, I'm not competing anymore. I'm just a streamer. I don't actually care about tournament results. I'll still play some stuff maybe, but I'm effectively retired from pro play. I'm only going to play tournaments when they line up with my schedule for fun. And right after saying that, I think may have been the time when he made it to the grand finals of a tournament, like a month later. And we're like, okay, all right, best result you've had in like 2 years, grand finals of a major, and you just said you're retiring. This might have been 3 or 4 years ago then, actually. But he's had a few moments where he said that, and as much as I shit on him for the fact that he still does practice a lot, he plays a ton of tournaments, he's one of the best players in Europe. Really good fucking drop control, that was sick. HeRoMarine streams an insane amount, and is focused on entertaining. He does have like bronze to GM an account, a commentary account. So HeRoMarinE really is an entertainer and an educator in the game, as well as being a top tier player. And he also puts a lot more of his play out there. So he never comes into series with as many well-prepared, sneaky builds, and he doesn't have as much variety as, say, like Clem or someone like that. And that absolutely affects you at the top level of play. So I think we've got to give him props for how good he is as well, considering how much he puts out of his play to the public. Now, what I really love is he pulled home to repair. It's tempting to hang around, but another Viking could come out. There'll be Cyclones. So he's pulled back that Cyclone drop, got the Viking. He lost his Reaper jumping in the main at the same time. And now he says, okay, let's go get out there and do some fighting. And this is really important because he opened 2 Cyclones. So the more he's able to fight in the open, lock on, pick off units, and pull back, the more he's able to dance around and bounce around. It's gonna be really useful. So look at this. Yeah, and he's denying the quick third. Clem loves to get a third base up. Noise and quickly wherever possible. Sometimes builds it on location. So this is really good because he's using those air units to zone. He's got the Cyclones that can come in there as well. And this is just light pressure for now. If he sees an opportunity, he may push it further. Oh, that's cute. So he drops the scan to kind of gauge the situation. A little early on those auto turrets, maybe, but actually, no, I think it's fine. Oh, the Cyclones go down so quickly, though. He's going to try and pull back there. He doesn't want to lose that tank, and he's not going to. That's a bit of an overcommitment by Clem. A nice save by HeRoMarinE, but he lost a tank. Clem kept all his tanks alive, and losing those Cyclones to the double tank volley was a bit of an awkward one. Oh, he moves his tanks real deep there, and he can actually land his Vikings. Oh, the Marine drop! The Marine drop is so sick! Right on top, baby girl. That's how we do it. Oh, he's just short of energy for an auto turret, but he's got to kill these tanks to make this worth. He's got to kill these tanks! Oh my god, but he can't quite do it. I think he's just got to get out of here now. I think it's over. It's all over, fam! Okay. Oh, he's got a tank, so he might be able to use that plus auto turret to kill these Vikings. He's still saving it. He's macroing. He's adding reactors. Okay, he's got to get out. He's got to get out. He's going to pull back now. This has been a trade. I mean, he's kept him off a third while mining his third. That's a very real advantage. You can afford to trade a little less efficiently if you're keeping them off their third base. This is a huge slowdown when you're both kind of doing mirrored things, and it's like, oh, hey, I'm mining my third, you're not. Clem scans and is like, shit, dude, he's mining his third fully already. Gases go down. 3 barracks, 1 factory, 1 starport. He's got double upgrades going in his natural, so he now goes 4th and 5th barracks. When combat shields finish, which he's just started, he will swap a factory onto that barracks. That barracks will build a reactor. He's probably going to try to squeeze a 4th command center in pretty early. He might even do it before the 2nd factory, depending on how he's feeling. He says, I actually don't know if he has 1-1 upgrades already or not. Like, he's not really sure. Because he committed quite a lot to that attack in the early Vikings, his upgrades are a little slow. So we'll see exactly how it goes.
So I really don't like that about this game. Upgrade advantage. It's probably in his favor.
4th command center goes down pre-2nd factory. Yeah, so he wants to keep that economic growth just steaming ahead. Spotting deep on the left side. He's got the sensor tower on the right. He's going to build a spotting deep on the bottom right as well. I love this. This is really good. Ooh, okay, so he spots a push coming with a Marine spotter as well. Very important for him to not let his opponent get control over his ramp here on this map. He's just grouping his units. You can see the Vikings go on a control group. The Marines do. Rallies to the front. That 2nd factory throws down in the main. 3 more barracks. Oh, he's going to play mass Marine? That's really interesting. Okay, wow.
I've tried it many times, and I've said many times I'm never going to play this again.
And he's just saying, yeah, I've tried this many times, and I always say I'm not going to do it, and then I try it again. So I think he's talking about his mass Marine style. So he's going to have tons of Marine production to really push into different areas and use mobility. And I think this is really smart, because often Clem beats HeRoMarinE by out-expanding him, and HeRoMarinE just can't quite, like, deal with it. Because he just, like, they're fighting, and HeRoMarine's focusing on Vikings and tanks. And then he's like, HeRoMarine's winning fights, but Clem just has an expansion he doesn't know about. And then has another expansion he doesn't know about. And HeRoMarine's like winning fights and losing the game, and it's like, what the fuck? Like, you know, it's like Clem just is expanding everywhere at once, and HeRoMarine sometimes slow down. So the barrack style, if your opponent, if you're in a very mobile game, is really effective. I think the reason I would question it is this is Oxide. There's not as many paths to get Marines in. So if I were him, I'd be trying to be a bit more drop focused, especially as soon as your opponent comes to them. I'd be like already into heavier medevacs and trying to do more drops here and there, because you want to open up more fronts. Like Marines are basically just the best unit in TvT. They win against everything in a mobile situation. They are the best unit if your opponent's not sieged, if you're moving, right? If you catch them out of position, Marines can just run past. Tanks can't really catch up with them, right? Because they got to stop, siege, move, siege, stop, siege. There's not enough space on this map. Romanticide still probably wouldn't like Mass Marine on that map either, but even more than Oxide, I think I would. Nice interference matrix. There's only one tank firing on him there. He didn't kill the tanks yet. You do have to kill those tanks. I guess he's relying on his own tanks to do it. And that's a huge win, guys. He gets the 4th or 5th command center. I think it's the 4th of Clem. Oh, his main's under attack. Clem's like, shit, I'm spotted. Go back to the SCVs. I love how quick he was to realize that Clem was going to split, and that he actually split himself. Oh, he didn't split much. Oh, he pulled everything back to the low ground, actually. Okay, that's good. Good to see even HeRoMaRine fucks that up a little bit. So he will clean it up, though. And this is a good hold. I think HeRoMarine's in the lead here for sure. The only problem is if Clem has a base on the left, which we doubt at this point, because remember, HeRoMaRine pressured the 3rd, was pushing forward and all that sort of stuff. Oh, what is this? Big army, mate. Big army, you're in a fight.
Okay, I just F2'd everything to the right side.
Okay, it's fine. He just has too many units. Clem is trying to use the way that drop pulled him back to get position.
That's why he doesn't leave the game.
HeRoMaRine says that's why he doesn't leave the game. Oh my god, so cocky. Because he's like, I killed your 4th. I defended your desperate drop. Like, HeRoMarine's commentary is basically like, get out. Get out, best Terran in Europe. Can you just fucking leave and accept that you're dead? And I've talked a lot about how Clem doesn't really leave games very much when he's behind, and with good reason. He's very hard to kill. Isn't that the name of like a bad 80s action movie? Hard to kill. It's gotta be, right? I could already see fucking Steven Seagal or Van Damme or some shit fucking... There's probably multiple movies that have been called Hard to Kill. I feel like this should be a famous movie that I should know even. Man. Anyways, I'm sure the comment section is going to let me know exactly how bad my memory is. Still denying the base on the right, but as long as Clem gets 4 bases up, he's fine. HeRoMaRine does not have a 5th base, right? Clem's a sneaky bugger. Right side, right side. Sensor Tower sees some boys coming. He doesn't notice it. Oh, it's fine. Oh, he's going to try a Doom drop. But he's been spotted, so he pulls it back. He's like, hey, the scan's out. And he's going to try and drop.
No, don't land.
Ah, not there. He accidentally dropped his landed Vikings. He goes, no. Whoops. Oh, man. Oh, there's a Marine drop at his base. He's like, God damn it. Can you get out of here? I love the way Clem's dropping him. So, because the thing is, this is keeping HeRoMaRine off taking a 5th base. He should have had one down by now. And he's just keeping HeRoMaRine busy. Clem's trying to, like, distract with little drops. Distract. Be annoying. Yeah, HeRoMarine's starting to clean it up. Get some control. But look at that. Oh, that's a nice fight for Clem. Cleans it up. Only one tank out there. HeRoMaRine is losing a little bit of the dominance he has over the map. He's still maxed. He's still got lots of command centers. But I think this gives a little bit more breathing room for Clem now. If he can retake his 5th base in the bottom, suddenly we're in trouble. And we see HeRoMaRine go, oh, okay, fuck this. This is not working. He drops 3 starports there. So he's going to go to that next step now.
Haven't expanded yet, really. Not great, really.
Ooh, no tanks sieged, but he's got the Marine advantage, I think. Oh, the tanks are pretty close there for Clem. Oh, he's got to do another scan on the right side. So right now, he's doing a good job of threatening, but he's got to be kind of careful here, man.
I just stimped like so many units there.
Oh, he has so many Marines, and he's like, shit, man. I could say, so I really feel like HeRoMarine's kind of defaulting now to playing this almost like it's Tank Viking, where he's like just trying to slowly grab positions, and you can see he's like a little slower and less fluid with like picking up and just dropping in the main, which is what this sort of style is all about, is pick up, drop in the main, drop the right, drop the left, drop the hot, drop the bot, drop the top, drop the bot, drop the bot, you know? But Big Gabe is much more used to the Viking tank control, and the Marines is more of a support kind of extra unit. He's out of scan energy right now, and he still doesn't have that 5th base. This is a big problem, dude. He should. The thing is, in TvT, if you've got map control like this, you want to put yourself in a position where you just take more bases, and that's how you get ahead. But you can see that he's kind of like, I guess I need to get rid of these Marines because they can't really siege and control space while he's turtled up. Okay, I'll keep dropping. Okay, I'll keep dropping. He's now adding the Raven transition, but he's got to be careful not to use the middle position. Oh no, he's not siege. Yeah, I was looking at that. I was like, his tanks aren't siege there. He does somehow save 2 of them. These Marines are going to think about stimming in, and he's like, oh fuck, we can't even do it, can we? I mean, I love the way, even when he's pulling back on one front, he's looking for an opening on another. Oh, he messed up his drop there. He didn't unload the Marines properly at first. But he's going to catch the starport, so Clem, that one tank, though, does very well to push him out. And, oh, no, he's in huge trouble. He has way too many tanks for you. Yeah, you're fudged. He can push this back with Ravens, because there's no Ravens for Clem. He's got to repair the planetary. Oh, he's going to try and just bust it. Okay. This is kind of crazy, dude. Oh, so he's unloading combat Marine drop on top of those tanks. It's not perfectly executed. He lost his planetary. He only repaired with about 7 SCVs. He needed to repair with just about everything against that many tanks. He will clean it up, which is cute. Man,
this is such a bad game.
This is such a bad... Yeah, you can tell he's so tilted. I think the Marine style is a great style against Clem for him to play.
Really bad game.
But I think he's a little bit more frustrated with himself.
But then I'm like kind of throwing, and now I've like...
Where he's... Because he's not using it quite right. And he's kind of throwing these drops in while Clem's turtled up. I think a little bit more patience with those drops, and a little bit more... I think, you know, with the Marine style, it's okay to be a bit inefficient. But you gotta have the expansion rate ahead of your opponent. That's what you use the map control for. So I think Gabe's a little tilted now because he sees he's starting to lose this game. Clem's got these tanks pushing him back. He's trying to control this area, but his 5th on the right is exposed. The Liberator Harass, though, is fantastic. It really is potentially going to get him back in this game. Those tanks need to get over there, man. He needs to start defending that base. He's got so many libs right now. You can see he's panicking. He just sieged the lib on top of his own tanks. There's libs. Both of them sieged up one base. He does pull one back to the corner to come back in later. This is a tiny army from Clem. Clem took so much damage earlier in this game. He's just going to jump on it. But I don't think he has the Marine count. He gets some... Oh, wait. A lot more Marines come in from that side.
No.
Oh, dude. That was... Yeah, that was a sloppy choice. That was such a sloppy choice. Oh, no. HeRoMarinE even is saying, oh, no. Dude. Oh, no. This is fucking... Clem is pulling it back with a squadron of units that are fucking him up right now. Okay, that's good. He got 1 or 2 tank volleys on those already very wounded Marines. The Liberator's doing really good. If he can just move those tanks forward, he should be able to save this base. He's almost out of money.
Honestly, I think I'm dead.
He says, I think I'm dead. I think I'm dead. Oh my god. Dude. He's out of money. He's so poor. Clem took a lot of damage earlier, and the Liberator did important damage on the left side. I don't know what Clem's Marine SCV count is during this. This is like, you know, this game's gotten chaotic enough now that the fog of war hides a lot. He's 126 supply, he's very low, and he runs into the army without being sieged. Oh no!
Is he broke as well?
Wait!
Are you broke?
Is he broke as well? Says HeRoMarinE. He says, are you broke? He's realizing, running into this army with the sloppiest fight, he's like, wait, Clem's army's pretty small too. He's like, oh, you're also out of money? It's dawning on HeRoMarinE that Clem is just as fudged as he is in this situation, maybe even more fudged. And he's like, hey, I have the tank advantage. Cool. Oh, he has no anti-air though. Medevacs need to get the heck out of dodge. He's single auto turret and 1 Marine there. Oh, he's getting sieged. He's out of scan. He's out of scan. He loses 2 or 3 tanks there to not having scan. I almost called it a Sunny scan. Dude, this is nutso. Okay, he's trying to rotate to the left side now. He's trying to rotate to the left side. Oh, interference matrix. Oh, dude, these Ravens are actually coming in big now. And those tanks, yeah, just he's got to be so efficient right now. That's all that matters.
No,
Oh, did he just unsiege every tank?
don't unsiege everything.
Yeah, I was like, what? He's like, don't unsiege everything. Oh, he's making frustrated noises. He's like, dude, you can't unsiege them all at once. Come on. The whole point is you leave the ones at the front to maintain position. He's gonna, oh, Clem dives. Clem dives to try to stop him rotating to the new angle. Oh, man. Okay, so this gives him a lot of space now to regain control. He sends a medevac forward because you don't got no scans. He's got to be careful.
Anything. Like, I can't afford freaking Vikings.
He can't afford Vikings, so he's freaking out right now. Oh my god. Oh my god. Okay. Oh my god.
He's just, he has like the Viking control. I can't do shit.
He has the Viking control, can't do shit. Guys, HeRoMarinE is winning this game so much, and he sounds so frustrated. And do you know why?
He has Viking control and
It's just because he can't win the game right now. I don't know why he's not taking a 6th base in the top left. HeRoMarinE's just like, it's over. I've already won, but I just can't finish it. It's boring. It's fucking amazing. Okay. Well, the Raven tank line break is always a good way to do it, man. That's not a bad way of doing it. Holy shit. But you can just see how eager he is to finish this because he knows he has an advantage. And as a pro player, when you've got a big advantage, you want to just win. You're like, I'm X ahead. I'm up 40% in material. Like, I should be able to win. And he's kind of like running into walls repeatedly in this game. And he's like, this is like really hard to finish. I'm like, this is like a characteristic of not just you playing an imperfect game. It's also a characteristic of Clem being Clem. Clem is hard to kill, man. He's hard to go down.
Yeah, I'm 100% dead, I think.
I'm 100% dead, I think. Wait, what?
Still making Ravens as well. It's very annoying.
Wait. I'm sorry, guys. Instant rewind.
Probably. He's still making Ravens as well. Otherwise, I'm 100% dead. So many units still. Coming out of the barracks and stuff.
Not enough minerals.
So much stuff. That's gotta be it.
He says that's gotta be it.
I have to get in top of this production like right now. Otherwise, I'm 100% dead.
Base is under attack. Not enough minerals.
Yeah, I'm 100% dead, I think. Probably. He's still making Ravens as well.
I'm 100% dead, probably. What are you talking about? You're winning this game, man.
I have 130 supply. Can I live with that? Can I work with that? I'm not sure if I can.
He's human.
This is a base that I desperately need to take out.
Not enough minerals.
He's human. He's misreading the game like me.
Not enough minerals.
No way. Oh no, I'm an idiot. I'm an idiot. I just let him siege on me. But I killed the base. I'm an idiot, but I killed the base. That's good.
Not enough minerals.
I should have never let him siege on me like that. At least I got rid of the base there, I guess.
Oh, this is amazing. He's like, yeah, he's still building Ravens. I've lost this game. As he has 30 Marines on top of the starports, killing the Ravens as they pop. Oh my god. I mean, what a wild fight. He actually jumps in here. A wild engage because he's got so little mining. He feels he's got to win the game right now. Oh, but he's been overwhelmed there. He saves one tank. He saves... Oh my god, he saves a few tanks. Oh my god.
I'm still not a believer. Like, I don't have any more income.
I'm not a believer. I don't have any more income.
In terms of income.
He feels like he just cannot let Clem mine off this base because he's only got a few mineral patches on that right base. That's all that's left. So, and that's been kind of why he's in this mindset this whole time, because he knows Clem has a fresh base on the top left, or somewhat fresh, plus this base with a lot more minerals on it, because Clem took these bases much later than him. So he's got way more mining. So HeRoMarinE's getting like real kind of negative on himself here. but it's causing him to make more mistakes like that when he got his tank sieged up there on that base. And it's interesting because this is what happens in a StarCraft game, man, where there's so much going on and it's so hard to keep track, like who's ahead, who's behind. And, you know, he's kind of right. Like, I'm not saying he's completely wrong. I just think he underestimated. I think he tried to push into the main too much. I think having that position on the natural was so powerful. And getting over and killing the planetary here was big. And he's still denying this base. He's still picking off starports. I mean, Clem is desperately trying to get that base up. Oh, that's a great little 3 Marine backstab. He might also see that that base is more mined out than he thinks. Yeah, it's actually mostly mined out. Those guys can hold position. He's got a bit of minerals coming in there. He's going to try and float his main out to the left. I mean, the next fights, like, are going to decide this game. It's all efficiency for sure here. And I think he's, I mean, it's also hard when you have an audience, right? This is like, it's like I'm watching a mirror of myself if I just had 2,000 more MMR than I do. Where I'm like, I'm so focused on the mistakes I've just made or being upset about something earlier in the game that I sometimes lose track of where I am in the current game. And this is not, I'm not trying to hate on game. I think we all do this, pro players especially. How many times have we seen pros misread a game or tilt or leave? You know, obviously like Idra was an extreme example of someone who would lose track of where he was in the game because he was too upset about something else that happened in the game, that he couldn't see the big picture. But I think this happens a lot where like, sometimes it's just you misread what's happening. But I think in this game especially, I think there was something about his inability and lack of comfort with that mass marine style led to a bit of a cascade of him realizing he was missing a lot of opportunities where he could have taken good fights and kind of leveraged his map control a bit more. And because of that, it led to him then making like there was like a bit of a, you know, a cascade or ibukaki is the Japanese term for cascade or waterfall of little mistakes that put him into Trigger Town a little bit.
This is painful, man. This is painful.
Okay, if he can still, whoever gets the first tank volley wins this game. I'm not even kidding you guys. He's also got so many Raven energy. They both do. Oh god. Whoever gets the tank volley off though, because there's so few. He's saying, I think I lost this game. I think I lost. But there's so, I mean, there is more Raven energy, I think, for Clem just by a little bit. It's very even. But if you can just get one big tank volley on the Marines, like 3-4 tank shots, there's only like 30 Marines versus 30 Marines, maybe 40 on each side. Clem's Marine count's a little lower than HeRoMarine's. That's bad though. He's losing a command center on the right side. He does have that top left up, so it's not the most important command center. It's just losing the ability to mule there. Oh my god, he wants to use auto turrets to try to... No, this is really crazy. No, this is insane. HeRoMarinE, why are you trying to jump on him? So HeRoMarine's looking to kind of catch him off. Oh, he does use the Dorito cannon very well. Oh man, I feel like scans are so valuable, but they're both so broke.
Scan, that's like the biggest problem.
Yeah, he even says, he's like, I don't have a scan, it's the biggest problem, man. He can't pick the fights. He wants to trap this army, lock down the tanks, throw an anti-armor missile, and we'll see exactly what goes on here. Dude. Anti-armor missile, but Clem with a giant flank on the left side. But the anti-armor missile for Clem came down late. The auto turrets, the anti-armor missile. And he rolls over it. And HeRoMarinE says, if I didn't win here, I was gonna lose.
Yeah, he had a little bit more.
I want to hear those post-game thoughts.
There's no way I'm gonna win this game. So really...
He's saying, as the fight starts, there's no way I can win this game.
There's no way I'm gonna win this game. I'm actually... Okay. We had to bet army. I knew it. Like, I had to fight here. If I don't fight here, I'm gonna lose, because he has more income. He has more income, right? Yeah, he had a little bit more income, maybe. Yeah, 500 minerals more. Look at the supply. Like, I was right. I was losing. Look at this supply.
How did you win this fight? Yeah, I'm actually kind of confused.
Though, is a different story. 10 ravens, and my ravens go in first. And, like, the reason I won that fight is because he couldn't place down the auto turrets. He has no auto turrets. He lost all the ravens. They didn't do anything. Like, I was right. I was actually losing here. The reason I won that fight is because he couldn't place down the auto turrets. Army value.
The power of being the player who initiates the Raven fight. Right? And look at the Marines kill, I think, 2 Ravens, But more importantly, there's no space for him to put the Ravens down. Your Ravens take time to put down those anti-armor missiles, and he actually has a big Raven advantage. Now, keep in mind, the supply advantage is almost all in worker, so it's a very similar overall army count.
Value, though, is a different story.
So it's identical tanks, 7 versus 7, identical Marines, 48 versus 37, and just more Ravens. So they have an almost identical army, but having the Ravens land their spells first when that's such a big part of both players' army is actually massive. Also, watch the left-hand flank. The tanks all target the left.
My Ravens go in first. And, like, the reason I won that fight is because he couldn't place down the auto turrets. He has no auto turrets. He lost all the Ravens. They didn't do anything. Like, I was right. I was actually losing here. Won that fight is... Look at this supply. Army value, though, is a different story.
The flank comes in a little late as well.
Go in first.
And these tanks are mid-siege.
The fight is because he couldn't place down the auto turrets.
Those tanks are mid-siege as well. So we've got mid-siege tanks. We've got Marines coming in from the left. Tank siege is up there. These two tanks come in after the fight's basically over. Wow. Yeah, the tanks didn't get to do too much for HeRoMaRINE. I mean, they do clean up that left side flank of Marines, but that's just because they came in too late when the fight was over. Hey. And this kind of comes down to the fact that, yeah, I don't think Clem was ready for him to jump forward. So HeRoMaRINE's kind of super decisive. I've got to kill him. I've got to kill him. Was correct. And remember, he said, I was down 500 minerals a minute. And that all comes down to the fact that this base in the bottom right, I guess, is just more fresh. And there's this base. But I actually don't know if it's as big as HeRoMaRINE's making out here. And the reason for that is just because there's so little minerals left on the map. And his top left is pretty fresh. So whoever has mules at any moment, I think is like kind of more important. So I want to go back to when he first loads up this replay. And I just want to check when he looks at that income tab. I want to see if I can pause on it because he looks at it for like half a second.
There's no way I'm going to win this game. I come right. Okay. We had to bet army. I knew it. Like I had.
So he looks at the income, 1,700 versus 1,287 minerals, and he goes, yeah, no, he's mining too much. I'm going to die.
I had to fight here. If I don't fight here, I'm going to lose because he has more income. He has more income, right? Yeah, he had a little bit more income, maybe.
A little bit.
Yeah, 500 minerals more. 500
minerals, but like, I don't know, man.
Look at the supply.
What
like,
a game,
I was
though.
right. I was losing.
You were right, Gabe. You were right. I mean, that was an incredible game, though. Back and forth. I think Gabe was winning through the early mid game, but he couldn't get a 5th base up for a long time. And Clem just kind of kept expanding and kept trying to like backstab with little Marine drops. And even though his drops weren't going that well, I think they went a lot better than HeRoMaRINE's. Like HeRoMaRINE's drop defense was on point, but his own offensive drops weren't finding that much damage here. And people in chat were saying, hey, I watched this game live. This was the game afterwards. He said the mass Marine style, the heavy barrack style made this way harder than it needed to be. Would have been way better if I just went earlier, like gases and ravens and stuff. And I got to agree, and I think it does fit his style. But you know what? I mean, what a game. It's kind of funny to watch him just kind of fighting his mind out and say, oh, I'm losing. I need to do this. Like the fact that he is, as he plays, and you know, he's kind of doing it not just for himself, but he's breaking it down for chat, for the viewers. He's literally like, I need to kill the production now because if I don't, he's got too much income because he's up a mining base on me. And, you know, I've got to push in. Okay, I really need to kill this base. Otherwise, and I mean, it was really bad because he's so busy talking about that. He lets this tank siege up and fire on him when he could have just had air units floating over and seen Clem try to do that forward siege. So there was so many mistakes riddled throughout. But this is the testament of how good a streamer HeRoMaRINE is. He is playing the best Terran, best TvZ in the world, one of the best TvT players in the world, one of the best Terrans and general players in the world all up. One of the European champions. And he is commentating nonstop while he's playing. This is amazing. And what a damn treat. Guys, don't forget to check out HeRoMaRINE's stream. It's on almost every day. And it's where you can learn to become a god while talking shit about your chances of winning the game and your opponent's ability to play strategies that make any sense. It's kind of incredible. It's motivating. And it's awesome. Thanks for watching, guys.
But luckily he wasn't able...